Hey, what's happening people, Naughty Morty here, back again with another Battlefield video. I suppose we're moving ever closer to that Battlefield 6 reveal, but I wanted to take a look back in time at one of DICE's crowning glories from all of their past Battlefields, and to take a look at what's become of not only my favourite Battlefield DLC, but also one of my favourite DLC packages to have been released on any game. As you can tell, I'm talking about the Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam expansion pack. I said expansion pack and not DLC there, and that's because I guess to me this really was a total expansion to the in-game content we already had in Bad Company 2, and it was similar to expansion packs of the PC games that we used to see historically back in the day. When I was playing this, it wasn't just a few new maps and a couple of new modes, but more like a completely new Battlefield experience built using the core of Bad Company 2 at the time. So for those of you who weren't lucky enough to play this DLC at the time of its release, it actually released on the Xbox 360, which is what I played it on, the PlayStation 3 and PC in December 2010. It came out with 5 brand new maps, new weapons and class breakdowns, as well as a new UI which immediately made the game look different to the base Bad Company 2 game. Interestingly, DICE actually increased the damage on all of the weapons when playing the DLC, so even when you were playing core Bad Company 2 Vietnam, it felt like the weapons were a lot more punchy in comparison to base Bad Company 2. The game obviously included era-specific character models and dialogue from both sides of the conflict, either playing as the US or as the Viet Cong, and one of the most fun parts about the DLC was the fact that the radio was included within the vehicles, and a 49-song catalogue curated by DICE for the game itself. So what did I love most about Bad Company 2 Vietnam? I think firstly the aesthetic is something that I loved at the time. Personally, I've never played a Vietnam based game before that, so it was something fresh and exciting to me. I know this wasn't the same for a lot of people who played the original Battlefield Vietnam, but this was obviously an update and successor onto that game as well. DICE did a fantastic job of making the maps feel unique and atmospheric to fit the tone of the Vietnam War, and obviously the music helped to build this. Having a chance to use a lot of the authentic weaponry that felt totally different to the base Bad Company 2 experience was also something which kept me coming back and playing more too. Let's not look too far from using the flamethrower, which I've obviously never seen in a Battlefield up to this point. To be honest, I think I appreciated the diversity that the Vietnam DLC actually provided at the time, when a lot of AAA shooter titles were all modern. It provided something different and interesting to play. Plus, if you don't know, I'm a massive history nerd, so I really enjoy playing through historical conflicts. Now, if we look back at when the DLC was actually released, it was up against some pretty stiff competition, I think, in the form of Call of Duty Black Ops, the original Black Ops title, which used the Vietnam conflict heavily in both its story narrative and multiplayer. But Bad Company 2 Vietnam really stood out for me, as it definitely cut away from the exaggerated, over-the-top action Call of Duty is known for, and gave me a much more visceral boots-on-the-ground experience in standard Battlefield fashion. So those are just a few reasons why I absolutely love this DLC. With the development of live service and Battle Pass models, many companies like DICE themselves have been opting for in the more recent games, I think it's pretty unlikely we're going to see anything like Bad Company 2 Vietnam getting released as a semi-standalone expansion to the next Battlefield game or any Battlefield games in the future. Whether you agree or disagree with this idea going forward, I'll always argue that this DLC was some of the best money I ever spent on a video game and provided me with hours of fun 10 years ago. So much so, I literally rebought it on PC just to play it again in preparation for making this video, collecting the footage and all that jazz. Now what I'm more interested to find out is what some of your favourite DLCs are in the Battlefield series. Let me know down in the comments below which ones you really enjoyed playing throughout all of the games. I really enjoyed making this video, and genuinely I couldn't wipe the smile off my face while I was playing through this DLC and collecting the footage. With that in mind, I think I'd be interested in making future videos on some of my other favourite DLC packs from the other Battlefield games, so let me know if that's something you'd like to see in future as well. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.